How's it going, everybody? Today we are coming here to Halloween Horror Nights to utilize the Express Pass and show you guys whether or not it is worth it. And the video is very straightforward. We did this last year. We're just going to use Express. We're going to go to all 10 houses, show you what the posted wait time is, show you what we waited, and then show you how much time we saved. That's it. No gimmicks, nothing extra, pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and get started. If you guys haven't yet, feel free to check out our opening night video. We went and did all of the scare zones, all of the houses, tried some food. It was a blast, very hectic, but it was a lot of fun. Either way, we're gonna go ahead, get checked in, and then I don't know how we're gonna ultimately do it. I think we might just start right here up front with Latin Monsters and just work our way around. I don't know yet, we're gonna figure that out. We have determined our first house will be Major Sweets Candy Factory. This is a 70-minute posted wait, and I'll show you how we do this. We're just using our phone, and we'll start the timer as soon as we stop in line. We don't use any of the walking of the queue because I feel like that doesn't really count. As soon as we stop in line is when we'll start our time. We are going to get scanned in. Here we go. Again, we utilize the phone, a great way to use Express. We're gonna turn the corner here, and it looks like we're gonna stop right up here, and we'll start our timer. And I know the entrance is right around the corner. Still haven't stopped yet, by the way, so I'm not even gonna start the timer. And I would say, I guess right here we can start. There we go. But I know the house entrance is right here. This is gonna be all of maybe a minute. There you go. So we're gonna go ahead, pretty much stop the timer. I would say 20 seconds. Now tonight, we won't do any spoilers. I don't wanna do that for you guys, but we will tell you just a little bit about the house, just overall, as far as our experience. And it was really good, actually. Our first run last night, I felt like we were missing a lot of scares. Tonight was really well done. And our timing was what, like?
11 seconds.
11 seconds. And again, so we
utilize
the fact that when we stopped and we scanned in, we just kept moving. And then she asked how many, we said 2. We kept going, and then we just walked in. So I almost don't even count that as a wait because you're just waiting to just actually get into the house. Not really much of a wait for that one. And that was a posted 70. So pretty hefty cut there. I would say that is a 70-minute saved wait time, if I was being honest. Next up, we will do Triplets of Terror, posted 65. Let's see what our wait is. I also want to point out I have my Major Sweets shirt on right now. So we started with, you know, Major Sweets Candy Factory. Kind of makes sense, right? So we are kind of working from Major Sweets, I think this is counterclockwise now around the park. So we'll do this. We have Insidious right next to us, Ghostbusters, Latin Monsters, and I think we could swing to the back of the park and we should be able to kind of finalize there. But so far, again, that was really short. I do see we are stopped up here for a little bit. So now, hopefully we get a little bit more of an accurate read here. And we are just about, this is good. We're stopped here. We'll go ahead and start the timer. And there we go. We are right in front of the Universal Orlando Welcomes Halloween Horror Nights 33. They actually have snacks over here. Typically it's drinks, but now we actually have some churros, hot dogs, or corn dogs rather, pretzels. I think that's it for treats, but you have some booze and some, I think that's some pop over there, right? It's not all just alcohol. Looks like they actually have a full bar over there. So yeah, you get your alcohol if you want to wait in line and drink for a little bit. But either way, I'll go ahead and let you know what our time looks like as we get a little closer. We are just scanning in right now. So let's go ahead and see what our time is.
Minutes.
So we are 14 minutes in and we just got scanned in. So now we are kind of like combining a little bit here. We have a little bit of switchback action over here, and then we'll kind of join the normal queue. So definitely gonna have a good idea of how long this one's going to last. We just finished our run on Triplets. We waited 23 minutes. So we did save a little bit of time there, a little bit more than half. We'll talk about the run in a second, but we're actually just gonna run right next door and do Insidious. Here we go, 75-minute posted for Insidious. We are now heading to Insidious, like I said. Triplets was a little bit worse of a run this time. I think they were missing a few scare actors, and the group in front of us was booking it. And it's always hard because when the group in front of you is going so fast, you kind of have to keep up with them if you want to get hit with the scares, because the scare actors have a timing. So if they start running and they're like booking it, your timing gets off. And so they were like way ahead and we're trying to like keep up, but then the scare actors timing was off. So I don't know, those runs are always kind of a bummer. I don't love that house anyway. I do still think it could get a little bit better. I understood the story a little bit more this run through, but either way, 23 minutes was that one. We'll see what it's looking like for Insidious with a 75-minute posted. We are coming to our stop here. Actually, we're about to bump, but we'll consider this. So what is our time? Let's start here. Timer is up and running. There we go.
40 seconds.
This house took us 4 minutes and 40 seconds to get into the merge area. So this one's probably gonna be quite a bit shorter. Wait time for that one was 10 minutes and 4 seconds. So a nice little 10-minute wait. Very, very easy. We are gonna come over here and do a quiet place, which is a posted 70. Let's talk really quickly about our run on Insidious. So Insidious was the first, I feel like, half. We missed a lot of the scares. They were in there. They were just hitting the group in front of us. And then the second half, we started to get them. You go through this like area at the end. Again, I won't spoil it for you, but it's just like, I know I'm gonna get hit, and it's just like, when's it gonna happen? Because there's so many of them in there. Got me a few times. Nicole got a few times. Good run again, but I think we just missed it. There was a timing issue again there. So hopefully we get a little bit better scares here in a quiet place, because we've been missing a few of them so far. There it is, 70-minute posted, a quiet place. This is my #1 house so far for the year. It is so good. I do have to say, overall, it doesn't feel super crazy busy tonight, not compared to yesterday. So, I mean, these switchbacks were pretty full last night at 70. So, I don't know if that's super accurate. I would still assume it's going to be quite a while. But I am still surprised that it's not super duper busy right now. But I know come October, it gets a little bit more crowded. All right, we are just coming to a stop here right next to the stage. We got ourselves started. Here we go. Also, I think that took us maybe 20 seconds, if that, to get to the actual scan-in point. Maybe another 2 minutes. What's our timer at? We just joined up with the regular queue right now.
1 minute.
So, yeah, we just hit the 2-minute mark, and we are now in, like, the final. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but they do have the standby and the express, and then where that meets, then everybody comes into the kind of final stretch here. So, it took us 2 minutes to get into the final stretch. Our total wait time, 6 minutes and 3 seconds on a posted, what, 70 or 75? I mean, that's a heck of some time saving there. That was a pretty good run through. Not our best run through. I think we kind of missed a few scares again. It's just a weird timing thing right now, which is totally okay. One thing I want to point out is there was a group in front of us, and they were recording the entire thing, which is a little interesting because we walked by probably 4 or 5 staff members in there. Nobody told them to turn their phone off. So I don't know if they didn't see it, but I mean, they were holding it out, bright screen. I was a little shocked. So it also kind of ruined it for us a little bit, because like we see like a bright screen in front of us. So next up, we are doing Ghostbusters. This is a posted 80-minute wait. Here we go. This is gonna be one to definitely put Express to the test. We have just stopped. Here we go. Timer is set. I'm a little nervous about this one. 80 minutes, you know, they always say that you could expect to wait half of the posted. We haven't had that yet. Our closest, I think, was Triplets. We've been very, very successful. But, you know, if that is the case, it's gonna be a little bit of a 40-minute-er here, but we'll see. We do have this stretch to go through. While we're waiting, how have you liked the houses so far tonight?
I feel like yesterday there was maybe a little bit more energy, a little bit more fullness. So I think they're still wonderful today, but I think yesterday they had some better scares for me.
Here we go, scanning again. Let's see what our time is. 6:25, not too bad. And then we should meet up with the actual group up at the end of this. Just met up with the group, and we just merged at 9:30. We are on our last strip. This is not going to be long at all. 80 minutes is probably gonna be 12 minutes or under. Our final time, 10 minutes, 26 seconds. A nice chunk of time saved there as well. Next up, Latin Monsters, posted 90 minutes. Wow, here we go. A decent little run there on Ghostbusters. A few empty boo holes again. I'm still surprised that there's a few empty ones today, especially because we're in kind of like the prime time, but that's okay. Still a great house. That is like the most fun house for sure, in my opinion. It's just like so nostalgia. You get to see all the characters. They're super well designed. Love that one. Saved a bunch of time as well. I'm hoping we get to save a lot of time here on Latin Monsters, because 90 minutes, pretty steep. So let's see what we end up waiting here. I also want to point out that if you do have Express, it does work on the rides. That is something that is very nice. So if you guys are into riding the rides, you get some extra time. Express allows you to do those as well. We have just stopped. Timer started. Just scanned in to our Express, 2:35. We just got merged up. Oh no, are we getting a cash change? We might be actually like just in time. It might be off and up, but what's our time right now? So 10 minutes for us to merge lines. Again, 90 minutes and we're 10 minutes with the merge. I think the cash change is actually to the other house, so we might be okay. And I think we'll be all right. But also this was a lot shorter with the merge. Sometimes you have a few switchbacks. This is very short. Here is our posted weight for Latin Monsters, 1218. Not too bad. Oh, a little shimmy. We're taking a pit stop to grab some food because thankfully we've saved so much time. Here we go. This is our chicken skewer. That's our pork. And then our Trace Late Chase. This was fresh out of the oven, I guess. It took them a minute to get it to us. Now that we have gotten some food in our system, again, great, because Express just allows you to go a little bit slower throughout the night. We're gonna head over and finish our last 4 houses. It's going to be Museum, Slaughter Sinema, Goblin's Feast, and Monsters, Eternal Bloodlines. All right, next up, Museum, Deadly Exhibits, posted 50. On to the next. All right, we are coming to a stop here. I'm gonna go ahead and start our timer. It doesn't actually seem too bad of a line. Even standby seemed pretty short, so 50 minutes might be pretty accurate. It might even be a little less for them. We just scanned in, 5 minutes, 25 seconds, and we are just on this little strip right here, so maybe just another minute and then we're coming in. Nice cut of time. It's always nice that you spit out right over here, and our time was 6:22.
I think Museum was better today, but I don't know if it was better today because it was like dark outside and like you're kind of like in that mindset. And this was our first house we did yesterday. So like we had no expectations, and then going in, this was like our very first setting the bar. So maybe having like different houses and then doing it again, like just kind of grouped it like more in the middle of the houses than like, oh, this is like our first house of the night. So I do think I liked it more today. The second half of the house felt a little empty, but I think we just missed a lot of the scares, unfortunately.
Now, like I said, up next is Slaughter Sinema. This is a posted 60. This is definitely a house we didn't have high expectations for, though a lot of people loved the first Slaughter Sinema, but this is a very, very fun house. Great house overall. Excited to do this one again. Let's see how the Express goes. Just stopped. We are at 17 seconds because we stopped a second ago, and we actually have the display now working. Well, it was working yesterday. It was just bright out when we were out here, so we couldn't see the actual movies going. This one does seem to have a little bit of a longer Express. I think we actually have 1 row we're going down, and then we'll come back, so we'll let you guys know what we're doing here, but we just got checked in.
I will change.
Taking a pit stop over here inside of Men in Black just to get some AC, really. But 9:07 on that post, I think it was 60 there, so definitely saved a good chunk of time. Also definitely had a very good run through. All of the booth holes I felt like were filled. Maybe 1 or 2 weren't, but that was a very good run. Lots of good scares, and they were on it in there. Definitely feeling like a step up from last night, but even still in general, I do feel like that house was really good yesterday, but I feel like it was even better today. Heading back to our last 2 houses here, we have Eternal Bloodlines and Goblin's Feast. 40 minutes for Bloodlines, 30 for Goblin's Feast. We'll see what it looks like when we get back there. I know a lot of people are headed this direction from what I'm seeing, so I guess that'll probably go up. I'll check in the app when we get back there. Plus, there's another signage after we make like this trek back, but definitely a lot of people are coming this way because these are the lowest 2, I think, in the park right now. Now that we are back in the hub, the time still does show the same, but it looks like those switchbacks are pretty full. A lot of people are back here. I also think that we just got a big influx from the Nightmare Fuel show is what my guess is, but we're gonna go take a look. I'll keep an eye on the app to see if that updates at any point here too. So there is the Goblins line. That's about 6 or 7 rows of switchbacks. Here is our check-in point. There is our start time right now. We just stopped. Actually, now we're moving again, but yeah, there we go. Also, I want to point out that if I do see a change in the app and I see the time change, even if we're in the house, because sometimes it takes a minute, I'll make sure to show the posted wait. Plus, when we get out, we'll be back in that center hub, and I can show you if the time does change. Currently 3:45, and we are just on this little bend here. Should be in the next minute. I seriously love how big these tents are. It feels just like a soundstage. I mean, they are massive, massive tents inside of these houses. I mean, you can't tell that you're inside of a tent. Just the sets are very large, very cool. There is our post. Oh, it's not focusing. There we go. 4:32. So I think it was 30 or 4. No, I think it was 40. Let me double check the time when we get back out here. I think it's going to be updated. How did you like the run today, Nick?
It was not as good in my opinion as yesterday, but I still can't get over just how big these tent houses are. Like you're in like maybe Dracula's house. I don't know. And it's like, wow, like I'm in a tent right now. This is massive. How is it not a stage? So I would think that is like really cool how grand these tents are this year.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they are massive, and that house just goes on and on and on. I do feel like they are getting better in there, a little bit more aggressive. Like the timing, I think, was better, but we did miss a few scares, which I feel like is part of the theme of tonight. It kind of feels like we're just missing some of them. It does feel like things are a little bit more staffed in general, but there were a few missing pieces. So yeah, I don't know. It was still a good run, and I do actually think this house is going to keep getting better and better. I think they are like already improving it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some more runs in that. So Monsters has no update. It is still posted there at 40. Goblin's Feast here is 45, so that did update. It was 30. It has already gone up, and it still looks like more and more people are coming in. So I bet you this is going to be going up to 50 to 55 here in just a minute. But either way, let's go ahead and finalize with Goblin's Feast for our last run of the night. But here are the switchbacks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows of switchbacks. You are going back and forth 10 times. So it has definitely gotten pretty backed up over there. I will say Express, there's not a whole lot of people doing Express right now for Goblin's Feast, so we are getting kind of lucky here. Yeah, look at this. We are, I think, the only 2 people. Nobody's even checking into Express right now, so we kind of lucked out with this one a little bit, but sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes you're going to have houses where nobody's in Express, and sometimes everybody's going to be over there. Even like RIP tours might come through, but yeah, we kind of lucked out here. I think we're going to have a pretty quick run. Final time of the night, 1:55, and you can see it is almost 12 o'clock, 11:59. We took a pretty slow pace. You know, we ate some food, kind of just casually walked around, sat around, filled up our drink cup a few times. So we definitely were not hustling and bustling, but the main thing I wanted to show you was the wait time. So we got all 10 houses done, I think from about 7:30 to 12. I think we got here right around 7:20. By the time we got in the first house queue, I think it was about 7:30. We have finished all 10 houses, like I said. Very well done tonight. I think we saved many hours. I don't know the exact number. It is on screen somewhere, and I'm sure you guys were able to kind of keep track as we went along. Lots of saved time. Most houses, I would say, a quarter of the time or less. I think our longest was still Triplets tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to review everything, but I would say Express is once again 100% worth it this year at HHN 24 or 2024 HHN 33, however we're calling it at this point. I know I did this video last year, but I like to do it year after year to kind of show you what the season looks like. Also last year, I think we did on a Thursday, halfway through the season. This was a Saturday. And I feel like a lot of you guys had mentioned, you know, what does this look like on a Friday or Saturday? More of the busy time. So this was a pretty busy night. We were able to show you and kind of walk you through the Express. And I think we saved a lot of time. I know it's a lot of money. That is a big thing to consider. If you don't mind waiting in the lines, I don't think you need to do Express. I still think you could probably do every house, especially if you did stay in Scream. I think you could definitely do all of the houses in one night. But I do think Express gives you that option like we did. We got to just casually hang out. We got to go through another house off camera. We got to eat some food. It's a nice way to not feel super rushed through the night. And I feel like I tell you that every year. It's just, you get to do things at your pace instead of feeling like you gotta run house to house. Either way, hopefully this was some good information for you guys. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.